Welcome back, everybody. So we're going to be working on a couple different projects today, and we're going to start off with painting in the squares for this tray. I am going to speed this part up for you so you don't have to watch me paint every little square. So I'll see you in a second. Alright, so that's all done, and we've pushed that to the side. Now we've got our skull that we've been working on painting white, nice and neat over him. I'm going to mix up some paints with some silicone oil and also some pouring medium. So I'm going to speed that up for you before we get started.
She pours the colors in a dream, swirls of gold and aquamarine, dancing light through crystal streams. Her hands create what her heart believes. Glitter falls like summer rain. Every shade has its own name. Petal pink and sunset flame. She's painting life inside a frame. Oh, the world is dull and gray till she turns it all to play. With a flick, a spark, a twist, she remakes it with her wrist. Resin rainbow, heartbeat bright, shining through the darkest night. Every layer tells a tale of a love that won't grow pale. She's the artist, wild and free, drowning down in ecstasy. Tiny stars in midnight
So we're just going to start by pouring some white on the top and spreading that around, just so we have a wet layer to work with.
Every flaw she makes it true. Imperfection.
Just going to carefully smooth it all around the top and the sides. Doesn't have to be super neat, because we're going to be pouring paint over the top of that anyway.
Pouring out her soul's request. No
Now I think I accidentally grabbed one of my heavy body whites, and that's why it wasn't thinning the way the others were. That was a little frustrating, but it's okay. This works well for this.
Oh, the world is dull and gray till she turns it all.
I know typically I do resining, but I'm running a little bit low on my resin, so I thought we'd do some painting on some of our resin products.
Resin rainbow, heartbeat bright, shining through the darkest night. Every layer
There we go. Now we're going to start pouring. We're going to start with that really nice fluorescent pink. And just going to pour it around. When it gets to the sides, it'll start, gravity will take its course and start, dripping it downwards. We're going to add a little more right here and help gravity along a little bit. And I'm doing this on the bottom of one of my silicone molds, so it's easy cleanup. Then we're going to take our purple. And pour that down. Take the end of a brush and just kind of help it along around the eye. Now it does go into the eye socket, and that's okay. We can either decide to keep it or just paint over that part with black to match the eye. It's okay. If you've ever watched Bob Ross, it's a happy little accident. I'm starting to use one of those, the things you use with resin to scoop up the resin and get into small spaces. Yeah, my brain has not wanted to work today. Finding words that I want has been quite near impossible. Got some green over next to the purple, and some next to the pink. Help gravity a little bit so it'll go right down the edge and all the way down to the side. And then we're going to come in with the blue and put it right over some of that purple. And that kind of gives the purple a nice splitting point.
pours the colors in a dream.
Now I know we said in one of the other videos we were going to do playing cards on this one. I opted to go ahead and go with this method on this one, and then we'll do playing cards on another one. I got struck with this inspiration and went, ooh, I gotta try this. And whenever I get hit with inspiration, I bring you guys along for the ride. I'm gonna add in a little more pink. And then more pink down there. Just tossing colors in, making sure they flow down along the sides.
Of honey, drops of dew. Every flaw she makes it true. Imperfections.
And there's no real rhyme or reason to this, just kind of adding things in. Kind of paint like I do when I cook. I just keep going until my ancestors tell me to stop. Just gonna blow on it a little bit to try to get that paint to move. Try not to get paint up my nose. No, that hasn't happened before, but I foresee it in my future. Now here I put some of that white in there and I'm trying to squeeze it out, but this is the point I discovered that my white is just going to be too thick for that. No matter how much pouring medium I put in there, it said negative. It almost just kept turning it into almost feeling like frosting. I said, while frosting is cool, it's not what I'm going for. I'm attempting to try to make some of that work. Okay, I'm going to speed this part up so you're not sitting in complete silence. See you in a second. Okay, that's better. Literally sped it up to it was only 2 seconds. I said that'll work just fine. So now we've got our round silicone mold and we're going to pour some of that extra paint that we had into the mold. We're going to see what that does. It's not like I was using the paint for anything after I was done with the skull, so I'm not wasting paint at this point. Can't hurt to try. I'm going to put some white in between, and since that white, like I said, is really thick, I'm going to use the brush to kind of just push it on. Now normally something like this wouldn't take too long to dry, but since it's really freaking cold here and it is quite a bit of paint, I'm probably gonna let that sit for a few days before we try to retouch these. Let's pour some blue in next. see if I can get that white just a little thicker. And then we're going to make another white line next to the blue over here. And that swirly look near the top of the blue and the purple kind of gave me an idea about right here. So as soon as I put the green in, you're going to see what I do next. It's a very bright green. The green and the pink to me just kind of scream, you know, 80s. Late 80s, early 90s. And now we might as well just swirl it. And I'm going all the way to the bottom where that white is to try to pull up some of that too. Put some more white on the stick and swirl the blue and the green. And we'll give that a few days and we'll come back to that and see what happens. I like trying new things. So now we have one of our skulls that we had done before, and we're just going to dump some paint on it, kind of at an angle. So that the whole thing isn't covered, and you can still see the shimmery effect of the mica powder we used. And I should have some tiny enough rhinestones to add to it too as well. We're going to use our purple on the other one. Trying to get out every last little bit. And purple didn't mix real well for some reason, but I decided I kind of like the chunky look it's got. Bits of dark purple in with a light purple. Gives it almost a textured look. At this point, I had paint all over my hands. It was a little bit ridiculous. But unfortunately, when I start to get into the groove, I don't really pay attention. And I end up with paint everywhere. But it's okay. It's all part of the process. And then our very vibrant green.
Tiny stars in midnight blue. Drips of honey, drops of dew. Every flaw she makes it true. Imperfections shine like new. Marbled skies and oceans.
Not bad at all. I kind of like this idea.
Pouring out her soul's request.
Alright, now I'm going to give you a closer view of them. That's the green one.
When she's wearing her own dress. Oh, the world is dull and gray till she
And then the blue and the purple.
with the flick of
And then my dumb self is going to have bad eye-hand coordination. And only meant to smooth the blue, and I smudged it. Yep, I smudged it. It happens, especially when I'm looking through the camera and trying to use my finger on the skull at the same time. It didn't work. That looked pretty cool. I did like how that one turned out. And there's our skull. That is looking pretty darn cool. I'm eager for him to dry. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time.